Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member, FINRA, SIPC. And now, Today with Denny, here's Denny Artachi.
Good morning. Another beautiful day in South Florida. You know, never gets old for me. And, it's not like 100 degrees outside. Traffic wasn't too bad. And today, folks, we have a special show because I have a fellow freestyler in-house along with my producer, Evan Nine. You look at these guys. There's no way in the world you would guess that they're freestylers.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about
You better tell people what freestyling means first.
Oh, that's right.
They're going to get the wrong idea that
What
we're
do you
like,
think?
they're going to get the wrong idea.
I do freestyle rap a little bit when I have a couple beers.
Yeah, but that freestyle doesn't mean that you go to the beach wearing Speedos or anything like that, right?
I have.
You have? Oh, dude,
this guy, I'm leaving. If he's wearing a Speedo, I'm out of here.
No, freestyle, folks, is the music that they play. Have you got a sample of it? Because last time you popped it up. No?
Yeah, let me
Because I was like, well, what the hell is freestyle? Is that like, it's not quite rap, right? It's that ecstasy glow music.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like, the mother of the electronic music that we hear today. This is when it first came out, the electronic with the, scratching records.
Yeah, but
you're talking
the 80s or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's still alive today.
Oh, very big.
Yeah.
Really?
Very, very
So
big.
you said Stevie B's back on tour?
Stevie B's on tour, yeah.
Really?
So here's a little sample.
All right, here we go, folks. Here's the freestyle.
All right, here you go. That's just a little sample. Here's a little. Let me go forward a little more.
That's kind of...
That's your freestyle.
Hey, man, the 80s called. They want their music back, okay?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. Which, in the 80s, they came out with those electronic beats and the Madonna stuff. And so that's kind of like what it is.
It's the birth of it, I think.
Yeah. All right. And did you DJ in clubs like that?
Yeah, I was in the club. I was in the club business for many years back in the freestyle era.
Okay.
Back in the 80s down in Lauderdale, I did like JW's, G. Willikers, Pickles, September's, Christopher's, Limelight.
I remember Christopher's.
Yeah,
yes.
Christopher's on the water.
People would get dressed up.
Yeah.
Freaks of nature and party until the sun comes up.
Sherry's boyfriend's band was one of the house bands at Christopher's.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What about you, Al? Did you DJ in any of these places?
Never DJ'd. I actually did valet at some gentlemen's clubs when I was young.
Oh, gentlemen's clubs.
Here
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Here we go.
Gentlemen's club. Why do they call it gentlemen's clubs? I never got that, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like the opposite.
Kind of, yeah. I see Billy Bob. I'll tell you what. Where you going, man? I'm going gentlemen's club, man. I got me some money. Got my truck. I'm gonna
Can't
get
even
down.
say gentleman club anymore because of being politically correct. Now you got to say the adult club.
Why? What's wrong with gentlemen?
Well, because it's not only for guys. Girls go to the club.
Yeah. Right.
Girls go there now.
What's I don't know if it's ironic or sad. These girls make so much money.
Oh, ridiculous.
You would think, hey, you know what? I'm making six figures. Let me do this for, 5-7 years, whatever, right? I'm not here to judge. That's up to God to judge, right? And I'm not condoning anything. But that's not what they do. They usually have like some loser musician that they have to support, right? Or they do drugs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Evan, they made a lot of money, right? Wouldn't they walk out with a couple of $1,000s for the night?
They would walk out with, no joke, because I used to work in that industry. Believe it or not, in a prior life, back in the 80s, I worked in that industry as a DJ and MC.
Okay,
and this is from a money aspect. I would walk out with anywhere from $400 to $800 a night in tips. Myself personally. Working 4 or 5 nights a week. And that was some good Scott Ollie's, as they say.
And you gave that up because?
Because I enjoy my life now.
It was a phase.
It was a phase. You nailed it. Yeah. You hit the nail.
Yeah, but it paid him. That phase paid. It wasn't like a hobby where he was throwing money away.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the 80s, right?
This is the 80s.
So that means in today's dollars, you'd be walking away with like $1,500
Oh,
a night.
easy. You want to hear a little stick? I'll give you a little stick if you want. I still remember. Coming up to the main stage right now, it's Allison. Make sure and put a little stuffing on the muffin. Tuck a buck for good luck.
Oh, my God, dude. This guy was doing this.
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was
See,
good.
listen, I got to be honest. I don't like those places, and I'll tell you why. Why do I want to go somewhere where the women are naked and they just want money from me? I never got that equation, right? Like if I went there and they went, because, they're good looking. And I'm sorry, I have a hormonal imbalance. So if I could walk in there and they went, wow, hey, good look. I tell you what, my shift's over in 3 hours. Why don't we get together? I'd be like, wow, all the time. But no, then, you go there a few times because, they do it for bachelor parties and all that. And I've been playing in bars for years, so it's no big deal. I go there, and of course, my guy was like, hey, she really liked me. And I went, yeah, well, you gave her $500. I'd like you too if you gave me $500.
Oh, yeah.
I may not dance like she does, but
it was a brainwash. It was a complete brainwash. That's all they did.
It was, right?
They were professional brainwashers.
So once they left the club, they were like totally normal.
Totally normal. Totally normal. Outside of those double doors, regular, normal, every day. There were girls that worked there that had little kids, single moms.
Oh, my God.
Single moms, and they were just outside those doors. They were just normal, everyday people.
You have to be out of your mind to entertain misogynistic, pigly type of guys that go in there. That they think, hey, I got money, so you're just going to do whatever I want you to do.
Plastic surgeons love those girls, too.
They do. I bet they do.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. I bet, their business is probably really affected with this COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so folks, I'm sitting here with two legendary DJs who lived to tell it all. Al, you have a much cleaner life now, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But listen, you're still a great music promoter, man. Do you have any Al Beltran, ladies and gentlemen, good friend, helps promote Entrepeneur. I'm looking forward to the Santana show this Saturday.
That's going to be
You probably working, right, Evan? Because
actually, I have a wedding in Melbourne. I got to go all the way up to Melbourne to do a wedding.
So, Al, what kind of shows you got coming up at Terra Firmata?
So many. A couple that really stand out to me. I don't know if you're familiar with Firewater Tent Revival.
No.
Oh, man.
Is that one of those glow light bands again?
Psychedelic. It's a psychedelic bluegrass band.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And,
that sounds cool.
Wow. Really one of my favorite.
Really?
I say local from the whole state of Florida.
Yeah.
And I have them paired with a ska reggae type of band called Spread the Dub. And we're calling the night
Spread the what?
The Dub.
The Dub.
Yeah. So we're calling the night Spread the Fire.
Okay.
And the two different styles of music, but you'd be surprised that the audience crosses over. Like you see a lot of the same people. So it's going to be one band plays, the other band plays, but they're going to play with each other. People are going to sit in.
Oh, that's cool.
Jam out at the end. A lot of the stuff, I like when I put together a show, a lot of times I'm looking for something that's just a little bit different than the everyday. That's why I was so happy when you wanted, me involved with the Santana.
Absolutely.
I have to say that is one of the most engaging, exciting, get your blood pumping show from the first note to the end that I've ever been a part of. And Denny,
thank you, man.
Rock, bro.
What's exciting about it is I'd never had a project where I had so much percussion. I'm Latin, so of course I'm going to love that. It's in the blood. But man, these guys are world class. They're playing the congas, some bongos, the timbales. Rick Garagi is thinking about coming and sitting in as well. So that was the guy that was at the Woodstock. Remember how badass he was? His name is Rico. Rick Garagi.
I love it.
He wants to show up, and more people are liking the Santana thing. I want to do that show in February with you, but Al, let's book that. And you know what? When I'm not working and you have a cool band, if they would let me sit and jam with them, I'll bring my guitar and play.
Dude, I would love to have.
So we're going to have to figure that one out. Oh, look at that. We're at our first break. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back with the Glow Light Boys in just 1 minute. Thank you so much. All right, we are back on Today with Denny. And Evan, I had to ask you because you're the announcer for the Mets. So right. you got to really stay laid back when you're announcing those games, right?
Yes.
You can't get into the WWE mode or
no, not happening.
You got to watch what you say, right?
Yes.
So,
Definitely so.
give us a sample of how you call the game. What do you sound like?
Well, when I call a game, it's real. It's like, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Clover Park for today's game, where the New York Mets will be hosting the Boston Red Sox. Today's starting pitchers are blank, 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 and that's just normal, monotone, everyday announcer voice.
You don't say like
get a little Harry Carey.
Look at him; he's scratching his crotch, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's
you can't say any of that.
No, because you have to understand too. We have all these sponsors that sponsor, and you have to read their commercials.
Okay,
and you have to be very careful. And it's a family friendly atmosphere.
You can't be too animated.
No, there's kids there, so you don't want to say the wrong thing. I remember when I first started there. This is no joke. I went all WWE.
Really,
it was like bottom of the ninth inning. The Mets were up, and I went all WWE on the microphone. And my boss said, like, you got to tone it down.
You would think.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
I would
think
love
they would like it exactly.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ninth, folks. Let's see what they do.
Yes,
it's 3-2.
man.
Here comes the pitch.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with the announcer here?
I
would love it.
Way
Right?
down.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Well, on TV they're animated.
Yeah. Well, that's TV. Those are the TV guys. Those are the guys you see in the booth.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would think that by you doing that, maybe doesn't make everybody happy, but that might get you to the TV. Does that make sense?
I've done the whole TV thing.
You
already.
did?
Yeah, I've done the whole syndicated.
You figure they probably pay a lot more.
I did syndicated financial talk radio, syndicated financial television. Those days are long done behind me 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I care not to talk about them. Because I don't throw anybody under the bus that's already dead and 6 feet under.
You didn't kill anybody, did you?
No.
All right. Well, that's good.
No.
So, Al, you have these shows coming up, and I keep telling I had a meeting with Mark Breckbill just yesterday, and we're planning to do some rock or Riverwalk things. We're going to do a fundraiser to try and raise money for the city of Stewart.
Okay.
Stewart is an amazing town because there's so much culture here. There's so much music here. But, the city needs help. We need to raise money. So we're talking about doing a few charities. I'm hoping that as we talk about it in the radio, because I talk about Terra Firmata pretty much every week on the radio show here. And I want to be involved more in the community. I mean, I did graduate at Martin County High School, 70 years ago, and I'm still alive. And Stewart has remained one of those cool cultural places to be. And, I'd like to pick up clients. I'm going to partner up with Mark. Everyone knows I manage money for a living, but I like the entertainment aspect. And I love what you do. You bring in all these shows. Do you do a lot with, is it Duderman? That's his name?
Duderman. I don't partner with him.
Okay.
But I do know him very well, and I help him however I can. And, maybe one day,
maybe one day. Because he brings a lot of national acts as well.
Oh, yeah, man. Great selection of music. I love everybody he brings, man.
Okay.
He's top notch. And with here local, I don't know if you know, the Beer Fest is coming here to town.
When is that?
That's going to be November 6th, I want to say. 5th or 6th.
I'd love to play on it, but I don't think I was given the invite. So,
well, we're still looking for. I was actually in the meeting yesterday. So we're going to be.
What is it? November 6th?
Yeah. I can't promise anything. It's a committee, so I have to pitch it, and they gotta approve it.
Is Ron in that committee?
No.
Is Mark in that committee?
No.
Well, that's new blood. So there you go.
Well, it's they got me involved to help run the whole entertainment side of it. So that's really awesome.
Need an MC?
I don't know. That might be
animated.
I'm always marketing.
Are you going to be animated, or are you going to be laid back?
I will be more than animated for him.
All right.
There you go. Because that's what I want.
You guys,
if I ever bring you in something, be different.
Exactly.
I want
to throw it out there.
If you want different, you got to be different.
I'll bring the title belts that I have hanging on my wall and over my shoulder. And you know what, Denny? Next time when I do find some time to come see you play, I'm going to bring one of the WWE title belts that was given to me.
Yes.
And I will let you put it around your waist and you can wear it while you're playing your acts.
Now, look, I just checked, Al. I'm available November 6th. So
let me throw it in my calendar.
Either the Santana thing or my rock and blues thing. And so listen, Al, besides that, man, you are still killing it in real estate, aren't you, bro?
Yeah, man. I've it's really cool. I've been trying to put myself around the right people.
Yeah.
And that's almost everything. You know, right now I just got started working with the guys here locally with 901 Hub. Is like I don't know if you've heard of it. It's just an organization. They put together all of the right
like a
pieces.
freestyle agency, 901 Hub.
Well, think about it. They put together all the right people. Now it's a design, build, development. Like we have some awesome projects up and down the whole Treasure Coast, and I feel so lucky. I just happen to be around them now. I'm partnered up with them. Now we have projects like you're saying right here in Stewart.
But these are ones that you're building, right? These are new,
building from the ground.
I mean, look,
up.
isn't there's not real estate? It's hard to find homes, right? There's a shortage.
Yeah, man. If something like I just had a listing, a contract signed yesterday. Yeah, and before I even put it on the market, I mean, I already had offers coming in. People heard about it and called me. I heard you're going to be listing this house. You know,
oh my
crazy.
God. Are they still offering above the asking price?
Oh yeah, man. There's a thing. What a lot of people are doing. Well, not a lot. You know, good agents, they're offering. I think I told you about it last time. It's like an escalation clause. They say, all right, I want this house.
Yeah.
Here is my offer and what I'm willing to do. And they put it in the contract. I'm willing to pay $3,000 over any offer that comes in all the way up to this
whatever
number.
The ceiling is,
whatever they're ceiling it. So, I mean, it's out there.
Listen,
people want it.
Al, take advantage. You know, you're self-employed. You get paid 1099, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you can do a defined benefit plan, put up to say 25% of what you earn away in a retirement account. You can also do a self-employed pension, you know, a SEP IRA. Because, brother, this can't last forever. Yeah. It's got to cool down eventually.
I've been putting it in Cardano and Ethereum, and I'm up like 40% in the last 2 months.
You know, I don't know
40% in 2 months, bro. Like,
oh my God.
You know,
I had a client who called me on Sunday. I'm golfing, and he's freaking out because apparently, I don't know how this happened. He had 100,000 in cryptocurrency, and someone came in and stole his money. It's gone. And I said, wait a minute, I thought they were encrypted. Number one, I thought they was encrypted. Number two, you told me you're conservative, and now you're telling me that you have $100,000 in cryptocurrencies? Let's talk about this. So how is that possible that someone stepped in and I don't know.
I think, you know, there was actually a big thing that happened with like somebody with $6 million.
Yeah. What did
someone? Well, it was because the wallet that they were using was like this knockoff side, like not a big, well-known, you know, holder of the crypto. And somehow with one of the transactions, he was moving something, 6 million disappears.
You see, that's one of the biggest fears. We have Palm City Charlie who calls in the show from time to time. Charlie, if you're listening, pipe in. He's like, hey, this whole crypto is being manipulated. I don't trust it. Man. You know, if I buy, but then I meet people like you, and I was with a PNC agency owner yesterday, and she's got, you know, like $500,000 in this. She bought Bitcoin when it was 18,000.
Yeah.
And she's doing so well with it. And I'm like, wow, I just, you know, and I had an expert here on the show, Chuck Johnson. I'm going to have him back, I'm sure. He knows. He still thinks we're in the infancy of this.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is going to be where money goes, I think. You know,
but if you're able to get your stuff stolen, because of the app or the wallet that you're doing,
you driving to work, you can get sideswiped.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like you start a business, chances are you know what I mean. Most businesses fail. You know what I mean.
So then why do you think they were able to do that? Because they just didn't have a secure app.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's a tough question. The cool thing for me, anytime it goes up, like most of the money that I have in it is just the house money. I already taken out. I could take out on my phone.
I'm not telling you.
I need
here's my question.
$500. Boom,
here's my question to you. I'm not telling you what you should invest in, but can you buy cryptocurrency with qualified money? And the answer is yes, right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, take advantage, because Al, the more you put away in your self-defined benefit plan, the less you're paying in taxes.
Yeah.
So you're paying yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, I talk to many realtors like you, and they go, you know, you're right. I'm like, listen, you just made $300,000, and you could put away maybe, you know, 80,000 of that. Why wouldn't you? And they go, I guess I would. And so all I'm saying is, I'm sure these apps will take qualified money as well, not just non-qualified. Like
Tell me the
IRAs.
difference.
Well, it's pre-tax dollars. So when you like a typical IRA, you can put up to $5,000 a year away, and when you do your taxes, you get to write it off. So if you made $50,000, you put away $5,000 in your own IRA, you write off $5,000, so you're taxed on $45,000. So then what happens is they allow that money to grow and grow until they've raised it now to 72. You don't have to take money out. So when you're not paying taxes every year because of your gains, that it grows exponentially.
Oh yeah, I need help with this. This is my first year that I'm actually, I guess thinking about investing, actually able to possibly invest, from real estate. And so I do need help. The crypto is just easy for me. Like I go on my phone. I do have a few stocks, and I've gotten lucky, picked some of the right ones, but I mean, nobody's teaching me. I'm just kind of like, I'm bored.
I have the pros.
Let me buy some crypto.
I have the pros do it. My partner, one of my main partners, is on CNBC every week. He's been on the show, but he lives in South Carolina. Paul Meeks. He does, because most people that I run across, I'm really a financial planner. So the speculation, knock yourself out. It's not what I do, but I do have some partners that are killing it. They're up 40%. And, that's what they do. All day long, they watch equities. That's not what I do.
Okay.
I'm the trusted advisor, and I earn my commission from stopping clients of doing silly stuff with their money or getting emotional with their money.
So you're more like the safe guy.
I like people come to me to say, hey, Denny, this is, I want to retire at this age. I'd like to make this much money. How do I do that? And then I usually say, well, okay, let's talk about how you can invest. Let's talk about fees. Let's talk about risk. Let's talk about, in case you're sick, what's going to happen, or if you or your spouse dies. Let's talk about who are you leaving this money to, and let's figure out the most efficient way to do that. Let's talk about, you're in a high tax bracket, so we need to address that, because if you're making a lot of money, you're making a lot of gains, but you're paying too much in taxes, what the hell are you doing? You've got to deal with that.
Yeah.
And you also have to have a sense of reality. I think people, they look at the stock market the way it's been doing the last few years, and you can throw a dart on the board and be successful.
Yeah.
But my specialty is, what if that changes? Do we have a plan? What if we have a bear market for a few years and you're close to retirement? Now, when you're young, the luxury of time is on your side. How old are you, Al?
I'm about to be 42.
Okay, so you technically
feel young,
probably have 20 years before you say you retire. But I'm not going to retire at 65 or 70, because it's not like I'm swinging a hammer for a living.
Yeah,
I'm a consultant. I take on clients that I enjoy and appreciate. If they're paying in the you-know-what, I'm probably not going to take them as a client. So I really like helping them how to invest properly, how to protect their assets, how to protect their family, make sure they have the right health insurance, make sure they take Social Security at the right time. If they tell me, listen, I need to make 10% on my money, then yeah, I'll refer them to the people that are doing those kind of, but it's not Denny Artachi. I stopped trading in the 90s.
Really?
I flipped my business to be the trusted consultant. So people, and I have lots of great partners. So if people need how to figure out how to pay for college for their kids, I have partners for that. If you need attorneys for trust issues, I have good CPA and tax partners, because I know enough to advise, but the intricate specialties of it, that's where they come in, and the wealth group is. The wealth management group, if you have $1 million or more, they do things that you just cannot find in the public, like private bonds, tax lien sales, things that you normally don't get. We're up. We're 2 minutes beyond our second break. We're going to come back talking with Alan Evan on Today with Denny. All right, we are back on Today with Denny, and I'm trying to get Chuck Johnson on the phone. He's the guru with crypto, but he's probably in the Dominican Republic drinking one of those fancy drinks. So, Al, you've been doing this for 2 years, and you've not gotten a 1099 or anything for your gains on
so I don't think I've played enough for them to even look at it. You know, I'm
well, you said you made 40. Okay.
Oh yeah, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a couple grand in it, but you know what I mean. It's like
you better find out, dude, because that couple hundred is gonna.
You're gonna get me in trouble, man.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to help you. You want to find out now,
my name is Julio Chavez.
I'm a DJ at Foo Flui Strip Club, and I work on cash only, ladies and gentlemen. But no, here's the deal. You got to find that out. I'm going to ask Chuck. Any gains you have on investments, it's taxable?
But
if it's
how
not,
do they? Here's the thing.
Because
how
they're
do
supposed
they know?
Because they're supposed to send. Now, this is what I want to find out because I don't know. If cryptocurrency is different, that would be an amazing thing. But I can't believe you could make money on cryptocurrency and not pay taxes. It's impossible. IRS,
man, you're gonna get me in trouble.
It's not just
nobody's ever called
Is
me.
anyone out there who buys cryptocurrency in a after tax dollars? Do you get a tax bill at the end of the year? I mean, if you made 30-40% on anything, you don't think the IRS wants to? They're like the mafia.
I think they're trying to figure out a way to do it.
Oh, is that what it is?
It could be. I don't know. But
so, folks, if you don't pay taxes on cryptocurrency gains, maybe that's what you should do. The hell with this stock stuff. I know. With real estate, you can do 1031 exchanges, and that's a great vehicle.
Yeah.
And also, you can take investment dollars and put into what's called opportunity zones, which they're due to. And President Trump came up with this. And you have to buy real estate though. That's over in 2026, so they may do away with that too.
And if you're looking to buy, you know who to call.
No, yes,
I groove you got playing on that.
Yeah,
phone
well,
there.
I hate the
like
typical, ringtones.
Like that groove.
I've got to have that musical thing. So hey Al, you know what? If this music production doesn't make it, maybe you're going to be the next cryptocurrency millionaire. I don't know. But this real estate thing is crazy.
Yeah. No, and it's a lot of fun. The more I do it, the more I fall in love with it.
Yeah.
You know, being involved in music, one of the things that I enjoy is bringing joy to people and just being like a highlight of the day. People come and you see, you know it when you're up there,
yes.
And you see people just losing their mind. They probably had a long day, stressed out.
Unless they request like a Jimmy Buffett song or some crap like that. I have people come up to me and say, "Hey, can you do a Britney Spears song?" I went, "No."
Oops, I'm not doing that again.
They will literally ask me to sing a girl song. And I'm like, look at me. I'm a linebacker. You think I can sing like that?
Oh, man.
They do. But absolutely, you're right.
You know,
Evan, you get the idea that Al's never bored? Look at him.
I can tell. He's a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yes.
He is.
But and then the real estate it's a very similar satisfaction. I mean,
really?
When somebody's looking, think about it right now. Somebody's looking for a house. They're like, man, I've been looking. Nobody's been able to find me anything. Boom. Then I say, all right, we found one. Now this is what we're going to put ourselves in the best position to get this.
Right.
And then you get it. You want to talk about some joy people are feeling? Like to be able to be a part of that. I mean, you can't compare. It's a high.
And then the commission, right? That doesn't suck either. Right?
6%.
Dude, that's last. You know what I mean?
Well, no, they have to split it.
Yeah, we do.
So,
they do?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. So if somebody comes to you to buy a house.
Yes.
Okay. And you find a house.
Yes.
And the owner of that house has listed the house with you.
That's right.
And you're the salesperson. You have to split 6%.
So the way it works, if somebody hired me to sell their home,
right,
and somebody else comes to buy it with another realtor, we split it.
Well, yeah, that I know you have to split.
Yeah,
but otherwise, it's all 6% for you.
If I go to sell it,
if it's a personal buyer,
and I find the buyer that's not linked to another, that doesn't happen as often.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, I mean, that's a home run.
Yeah, because a lot of realtors, they make their money just listing houses. They're like, they say, "Oh, well, I'm different. I'm going to do all these things." Then people sign up. Then they go into the witness protection program. Yeah. And then when the house sells, they get their commission.
3% is not a bad payday on a $300,000 home.
Yeah, but and then you also have your split with your broker. Then you also have your split with your broker and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm with EXP right now, which pays great. And I'm about to max out for the year to where I'm at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so some will charge you to the day you die. They'll charge you.
Yeah.
This is your percentage. This is what you get. With them, it's cool. I got a cap. So I pay a certain amount to them, and then right now I'm about to hit to where now I keep everything.
I see houses going up everywhere.
I know,
Port St. Lucie, they're just
everywhere.
like booming.
Yeah. Well, they're going up, but they're leaving. There's more people looking than there are going up.
Yeah.
So that's that's why it's going so fast.
I live in Jupiter, and believe me, I live in Jupiter Heights, right next to Abacoa, because if you had my house 3 blocks over in Abacoa, it'd be at least double. And the houses, they're gone. They're not long listing.
Not at all.
People are knocking on my door. Hey, you got a nice house. You thinking about buying it? And, as I pull the hammer back on my welcome committee, I go, you just interrupted me, sir. No, I don't want to sell. And what's so funny is I listed it, I don't know, 3 years ago, because I was thinking about selling it, and they're still looking at those old listings, and they're almost like vampires. See, you listed it,
yes, and you didn't sell it,
and I didn't
what
sell
happened?
it. What happened?
Here's the thing.
Well, this realtor came by, and I sent him to the hospital with multiple contusions, and I don't know. I just kind of didn't want to sell it after that.
You kind of have to respect them. They're looking for work, though.
That's what it is.
You don't just sit around and wait for work.
I get unsolicited calls at least once or twice
for
a
your
day
house.
For my house.
I get it
all the time.
And you never listed it, right?
I'm nasty when they call. I hate that.
Last month, from a cold call, I was able to help somebody sell their home.
Okay. Did they list it, though?
Bought it. Yeah, they listed it through me.
Right.
And then I also helped them buy. And that was through a cold call. Yes, there's a lot of people that don't want to hear it, but there's somebody that needs you as well.
I hear that.
That's why when people call me, and I know it's a sales call, I'm always really nice. You know why? Because karma. Because I do the same.
You're that guy that calls me at 8:30 at night, huh?
No. I'm usually like around lunchtime.
Well, no, the thing is, I did list it because I was thinking about something. This is way before this craziness happened. Because Evan and I have talked about it. I could probably get great coin, but then where am I going to move to?
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay
where am I going to live?
Dollar.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I could bank on my house right now if I wanted easily.
Yeah, but where would you go?
But where would I go? I got to spend what I banked on a new house, and I'm left with zero again.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, maybe. What do you think might cool this market off?
Oh man, it's tough to say.
Because
you got to look. It's a supply and demand thing right now.
Right.
Everybody has always wanted to come to Florida,
but now they really want to come to Florida.
Yeah. So even if something tragic, because there's nothing in the pipeline.
Okay.
I mean, the banks are they're lending properly, unlike back then when they were just giving everybody money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fundamentals are strong right now. And that's what when in investing,
But here's what I'm fearful of, because again, I manage money for a living. I'm a financial planner. They're printing so much money, and inflation, it's going to come to a point where people just are not going to be able to buy houses.
That's why I'm getting into apartments.
Yes.
I'm looking at
it's part of the American dream. You want to own your home, be there with your family. But I'm telling you, folks, if they keep printing money like they're doing, and everything keeps going higher, how can a couple making, say, $50,000 a year afford a $500,000 house? And that's what it's coming down to. I think shoeboxes in Port St. Lucie are going for $300,000 or $250,000.
Yeah,
right.
Well, so the developers that I'm working with, the builders, I think they see this, and the type of building that we're looking to do, is I don't want to call it affordable housing, but it is more affordable. But
it has to be.
It's a little bit smaller for the young professional,
right?
High end, really nice, But you know how many people come here to Stewart to work here, but can't afford to live here? There are solutions.
They have to do it because, look, at the end of the day, and when I sit with people and do a budget and I see that they have this stupid debt, I go, why are you investing in the market when you have $20,000 of credit card debt? You're not going to be able to buy anything. So at the end of the day, a hardworking couple trying to raise a family, how can they afford a $2,000, $2,500 a month nut?
Yeah,
they can't. That's not counting food, not counting vehicles that they need, medicine. So that's from an economical micro standpoint.
Yeah.
How can they afford to buy housing? And the answer is they're not. And when that happens, that's when maybe the music will start to, glimmer down because people are not going to be able to afford. It's like New York. A lot of them sell them up there because they can get $1 million or whatever, come down here and buy a $400,000 house.
Same house for half the price.
Bank the money, but that's changing too now. And at the end of the day, I'm concerned that they can't afford the housing. Taxes are going higher. Everything's going higher. The price of used cars are up like 50% compared to like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Lumber is up. Gasoline, when President Trump left, gas was $1.81, I think. What is it now? $3.50 or $3.30?
About I get it like $2.99.
Oh, is it? Hey,
$2.99.
Wow,
$3.02.
What a deal!
Depends if you have an app on your phone. You save 10 cents a gallon.
Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Cumberland Farms.
So I also noticed
10
that
cents a gallon.
grocery and everything is going up, guys.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is, if wages don't follow that, people they can't afford it. Hey, honey, I'd like to buy that house, but we can't afford $2,500 a month. Sorry.
No, great point with the wages.
Right. And rent's going up too. Rent is not cheap.
And I think there's room for that, and this is a very touchy subject, but there's a lot of CEOs that make more money than they could ever. I mean, think about spending, but then they have employees that can't even live.
Yeah. Well, that's how they stay rich.
And once again, it's a very touchy subject because as a business owner,
Sure.
I understand. I also have to live. As I start to bring people into my organization, I have to be careful. But on these big businesses, there's people making way too much. I hate to say it.
I know.
Well, and when I say way too much, it's because there's more money than they will ever need, and there's people under them that can't live. And without getting into politics about it, because this conversation can go so many different ways.
It does.
But that is happening.
But yes, it's true. But I also stay. Let's take a break and come back on that topic. I'm going to stay on point on Today with Denny. Yeah. All right, we are back on Today with Denny. Yeah, and speaking of wages, Evan, you were saying your kid makes $15 an hour.
$15 an hour.
And he works at the bakery at Publix.
Yeah.
Plus, they give him stock options, right?
Yeah, stock options, because public stock is not available to the public.
Right.
You can only buy it if you work for the company. The stock is expensive, but it's if you hold on to it.
Oh yeah,
forget it.
Let me tell you, Publix managers, they wind up being millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So
they really take care of them.
That's a great example of a good model.
Yes.
A lot of people aren't doing that. You know what I mean?
I do. But you know what? It brings home my point when I had Paul Meeks on the show, when he speaks, people listen. It's true. He's concerned about inflation and wage increase. When you are look, folks, big corporations are always going to keep making money and paying less in taxes. That's just the way the system is. They pay off the lobbyists. I don't even want to spend a whole hour talking about that subject. But it's the mom and pop businesses, the middle of America, that's getting squeezed the hardest because they can't afford to pay someone $15, $20 to answer the phone and greet people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a sustainable business model. And I get it. You can't raise a family on minimum wage. But I also try and tell people that what you make often is determined on how difficult it is to replace you. I mean, what I do, not everyone can do. It took me years to build this. I have partners that are millionaires and I'm still learning from them every day. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm not on a salary. It's 100% business owner. And if I were to lose everything tomorrow, this is Chuck. Wait, let me see if I can get him. Chuck, are you there? Hello? Uh-oh. Hey, Chuck, you're actually on the air, so I don't want to hear about your escapades with those young girls in Santo Domingo, okay?
Nah, the youngest I had on my last trip was 49 years old, so hey.
Really?
Just like you guys.
So listen, I have a friend on the show today, and I wanted to ask you a question because you're the cryptocurrency guru. So here's my question. You ready?
Okay.
When you buy cryptocurrencies and you're buying and selling, do you get a tax bill at the end of the year?
Well, it's a new phenomenon, but there's a new question, as our friend Tony will tell us. that on your tax return, there's a new question. It's called, "Do you own any cryptocurrency?"
Yeah.
Oh.
And all of those considerations are being looked at deeply by all the way from the SEC to the IRS.
Look at him. He's such a politician. He doesn't answer the question directly. Let me do it again, Chuck. Do you or do you not pay taxes if you made a 40%
tax? It generates a tax liability.
It does, yes. All right, so Al, you're going to jail, buddy. You've been skating for 2 years.
They're going to try to find a way to tax it. Yes, I get
heard
it.
from you when the market kind of went way down since I was last on the show.
What, the crypto market? Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's zooming back up. It'll be above 50 very, very quickly. And write this down. Chuck Johnson said it'll be $100,000 by the end of 2020. Does that solve it? Does that,
say it like the guy in the Austin Powers movie, 100,000. Say it like that. Can you do that? No? All right. I'll tell you what, Chuck, we'll have you back on the show.
$100,000. Okay.
We'll have you back on the show.
I think I'm gonna have to up my game. I was so polite.
I know you were. You were so shy on the radio. All right. Well, listen. Thanks because honestly,
so much greeting. Thank you guys.
I feel like you're talking to Darth Vader.
It kind of sounds like
Underwater.
that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Chuck. Hey, thank you because if there was no taxation, I was going to load up on cryptocurrencies tomorrow. Okay, but there is.
They're just now trying.
One other question, Chuck. Can you buy this with qualified money, IRA accounts and stuff?
Well, I think she made a choice to invest in them. So, leave yourself a couple of months of oxygen with dollars, but that's about it, bro.
All right, Chuck Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, coming to a cryptocurrency near you. Chuck, I'll talk to you soon, buddy. So he would know.
But you hear that? He said they're just now putting that on the taxes.
Well, no, they're asking, but he finally answered the question that you will be taxed.
Eventually.
Because like now.
How?
Well, he's skating on thin ice.
All right, let me explain to you, Fred, okay?
So
if you make money in investments, the IRS want to get paid.
So if I go in and say, hey, man, I'm tight on money. I need $40, and I pull $40 out of my account.
Well, that's not going to put you in another tax bracket,
Well,
but
so
I'm
that's
saying...
what I'm saying. Like, when I pull out, I just pull out little bits.
I should ask Mark Breckbill as well how he decides, and we can ask Tony. But... buddy, we got some shows to do. I don't want you to be, like Wesley Snipes or some of those other tax evaders through the history.
My name isn't on this anyway. Is it? You didn't say my last name.
Actually, the IRS does listen to our show. Evan and I can verify that.
Yes.
They want to know how much we're making on the side.
Oh, this guy. Man, this is a setup.
You could just sign over your stuff to us now. You better get me on that November 6th gig, dude, or, don't make me call the IRS on your. We have to laugh, and I always enjoy positive-minded guys like you because the world, I'm telling you, it's so nuts. I can't, they have the new variants now with the Delta thing going on. They're talking about boosters. I pretty much shed a tear when I saw how Afghanistan, what it's turned into in the last week. And I'm a U.S. Army veteran, but it's not just about the troops. There were so many people that lost lives, civilian-wise, families, in that 21-year-old war. And I understand that President Biden's saying, enough is enough. But to pull out the troops before all the citizens were out there, I thought was a little bit misguided. I'm trying to be kind, ladies and gentlemen. This is a family show, so I don't want to use any expletives. But with everything that's going on with the COVID variant, Florida's like the epicenter, it seems, the last month or so with the new variant. It's crazy, isn't it? And next week, I'm going to have on guest a place that they do the testing on site. They bypass the middle people. And one of the partners was an ICU nurse at the Cleveland Clinic. And, she had to walk away. It was tearing her up too much. Really? Seeing young, old people come in there And she said that most of them were not vaccinated, and they're like gasping for air, or they're dying. I know a couple of other musicians this past week that died. And I think too many people are saying like, well, everyone's going to get it eventually. So it's just like the flu. No, it's not. It's not, folks. It's not just like the flu. You can be a conspiracy theorist all you want. I don't think Bill Gates is trying to kill the world. And, I don't think I'm going to turn into a magnet or anything like that. You can believe what you want, but the reality is people are still dying. It's running rampant, especially in Florida. And when I look at that and I look at things like Afghanistan and the money they're printing, it's nice to keep the show on, even though I'm ending it on a bummer. I don't mean to, folks, but I just want to let you know that I'm not always happy and laughing because life has no, the difference is I know everybody in this room, Evan, Al, we try and be thankful every day for being alive and healthy because my goodness, there are so many out there struggling financially, mentally. I think antidepressants are at an all-time high. I mean, no one's talking to each other. If you disagree with each other, you're the enemy. Where the hell did that come from? Yeah, we're all Americans. We all have the same color blood. We're all trying to get through this thing called life. So, not to end it on a bummer, I just want to remind you that you probably have it pretty good out there, folks. And if you do, thank God Almighty that you do. Love your family. Hug them. Tell them you love them. Listen to Today with Denny.
Yeah, there you go.
And Bonnie and Evan, because we like to make fun of everything, including ourselves.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
See, I didn't know that my my famous producer was also an adult entertainer DJ. Man, I'm learning something every day. I'd like him to slip into it during a Mets game. That would be awesome.
No,
not going to happen?
No,
all right.
Not gonna happen.
Well, listen, this hour has gone by. I'll see you next week, everybody. Make the best day that you can. Thanks for tuning in. Al, I'll see you on Saturday.
Yes, man. Thanks for having me again, man. A lot of fun.
Have a great day, folks.